Digest. What's that all
Well,
about?
Golf Digest is interesting because I have a course, a great course in Florida, rated by virtually every magazine, and like Florida Magazine, Florida Golf Magazine, and as the number one course in Florida. And actually, Golf Digest had it rated number 2 behind a very old course named Seminole. Now, it's much better than Seminole, but Seminole's old. It's been there for a long time. Ben Hogan used to play it. So Seminole was rated number 1 in Florida, and my course, which is called Trump International Golf Club, is rated number 2. Everybody's a member. Your friends in Palm Beach are all members. It's a huge success, right? So this guy comes up to my office, the publisher, in, I think, November, and he starts talking to me about advertising. And he says, Donald, you have to play the game with us. We put you on the list. You have to advertise. I said, I didn't think the list was about that, although I had heard rumors to that effect. He said, no, you got to play the game with us. I didn't advertise, and I never thought it could possibly be, because everybody said it's a top 25 course in the country, and it's on the top 100 list, which is always an honor, you think, but now it doesn't matter to me anymore because I find out what the list is all about. And I never thought about it, and then all of a sudden, the New York Post calls me yesterday, and they say, we just got a memo from Golf Digest saying we took Mr. Trump off the list, and in effect, this would be very hurtful to him. This would be very bad. What you should do is run a story, et cetera, some PR flack. Now, the Post calls me, and they tell me this. They say, this is so unusual. This has never happened, where they announce that somebody's off a list. And they did that in order to embarrass me, but really in order to get some publicity for Golf Digest, which isn't doing very well. And Golf Magazine, which is another magazine, a competing magazine, is catching them and probably going to exceed them, in my opinion. I think it's a better magazine. And by the way, sadly, also, and maybe I shouldn't have done this, but the Golf Magazine people have been giving me great ratings, and they were also on The Apprentice. So I would say Golf Digest wasn't so thrilled, but they were on The Apprentice. So the bottom line is because...
Well, I had to irritate them, right?
Well, because that
irritate
didn't
them,
exactly make them thrilled, I guess. But, and on that, I don't blame them necessarily. But on the advertising, where they want me to advertise, so they said, look, you got to play ball with us. You have to advertise. I didn't advertise, and they took me off the list. And, they said he's like 101. I said, you have to be kidding. And that's just, stuff. So I really lost respect for the magazine Golf Digest, and I totally lost respect for the list. I played with one of the guys that does that list. His name is Ron Whitten. He may be the worst golfer I've ever played with outside of my wife, who never played before. He had one hole, the 18th hole. I have a lake, this gorgeous, big, beautiful lake, which in all fairness captures a lot of people. He took a 32 on the hole. On one hole, he was in the lake 5 times. I say,